Hi guys, Feyenoord Ajax 1-2. PapiMento, we entered the cut. We won. We're through to the finals. We won a big game, you know. Um, Unfortunately, man, we have to discuss what happened after 60 minutes first before we can touch upon the game. What's your reaction on what happened?
Yeah, shameless, man. Shameless that they target a player of Ajax like that. And, that changed the whole vibe of the game. I thought it was a great game till that happened. And then, it changed. But it's something that should never happen. It's something that should be, actions should be taken and it should be hard measures, not only for Feyenoord supporters, but I think just a message to all supporters because this is happening too much, not only today, but also we saw it at Groningen, an own player getting punched by. So for me, start taking extreme measures. They say here, Michael van Praag, I heard him say we have in Holland the toughest rules, but we are unable to enforce it. So make rules that we can enforce, and supporters need, I think, after this, just feel what it is not to be able to go to the stadium because this is not football. This is not the sport I love, and this is nothing. They have armbands called One Love, and then you do this. What's the point of the message then? I don't get it, man. So for me, it's a sad day, dark day, and it's up to the KNVB for me to make sure these things never happen again and ensure safety of all players, no matter where they play.
Is it only the KNVB, Papi, or is it also the clubs that should do something about it?
I think KNVB should take the lead, but it's of course, in discussion with the clubs how to take action, because look, if you do it the England way, 5 years I think without supporters or something. That's how it all started after hooligan fights and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, if that happens here, it has a huge financial impact also on the club. So it's not something I can see as it's something I want, but it's not something that I think is realistic to do. But there must be something that we can do. The perpetrator that did it today was on camera, so at least he should be banned. And it also looks bad on him and Feyenoord, at the supporters of Feyenoord, at the team of Feyenoord, at the club of Feyenoord. So I'm 100% sure the board there isn't happy with what's happening, and even they should be taking measures to make sure this never happens again.
Okay, so one question about that incident, then we will touch upon the game. Klaassen,
Yeah, sure.
so you saw him bleeding. They tried to let him play again. But before that, just in general, do you feel like after such an incident, a team should continue playing?
That's up to the team, man. For me, that's up to the team, both teams, the management, how the supporters are behaving, if it goes out of hand or they calm down. And after the message from John de Wolf, was it? I think. Um, I don't think there were things being thrown anymore, but the damage was done. Of course, it doesn't change anything. It should never happen. So, um, and look, it didn't work out for us. I mean, I think Klaassen, he came in, played another 5 minutes, and went out. So, for our benefit, it wasn't the right choice. But I don't know. It does have a charm that Ajax just chose to continue and not make it a big deal and just finish this game. And now it's up to the KNVB and all the big boys to start the conversation and make real change.
Yeah, just one thing upon that. Wouldn't it be a bigger statement, from Ajax side to say, no, you guys cannot guarantee the safety of the players, so we're not going to continue this game. That would have a much bigger effect on
Yeah,
the
but then the
competition.
then the discussion wouldn't have been about only what class happened, but also when is the return? Are we gonna play the full match again, or will it be only the 30 minutes? Things like that. Now the game is finished. It's only about that accident, that incident, and they can fully focus and discuss and make sure that never happens again, because that should be the main focus, and not when the return is or something like that. If Ajax really walked away, So for me, it's perfectly fine to just finish the game. I thought Ajax thought they could just get this result in. So um, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to always be we go away. It's also about safety. The players have to feel safe. If they're safe enough and they want to continue, why not?
All right, let's continue to the game. So first half, second half. Look, we won at the end, but if you look at the game, of course, happy, you're smiling. In general, what's your feeling after the match now?
Juan, all day I've been having this thing in my stomach. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I just feel every game is gonna be tough. And that's just a reoccurring theme with us. And it's not because I want to bash on them because they won. But just looking at how we won, I didn't feel we were the better team on the ball. I felt Feyenoord was better than us. Positional play, I felt also Feyenoord was better than us. They had the most dangerous chances. The way we create our goals as well, like Tadic and
Last.
Klaassen in the second half. Um, they're not clear cut chances that we created. Like, there's a little luck in there in how we score. So for me, like, it's not yet the Ajax I want to see. And I'm happy with the result and everything. But I think with the quality we have in this team, I think we will struggle against every team. And we just have to be hopeful that we score those goals, man, because
Yeah. Are you
you've
saying?
seen against Go Ahead that how it can go if we don't score.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So are you saying like basically this is how it's gonna be until the end of the season, like scraping through, basically?
yeah. I think our backs are just not cutting it on the ball. I mean, Sanchez just every ball he gets is just a long ball forward, man, and
Yeah.
usually it doesn't even end up in the right feet. Um, and I know I'm focusing a little bit on the negatives, but this is a reoccurring theme of the whole season. I thought based on fight and spirit, I thought it was really a good match from Ajax. Respect that they got the win out of this match away from home, and they really put in the energy. I mean, defensively, off the ball, they were working hard, etc. But I didn't think we were the better team. I think we got a favorable result.
Despite
Um,
despite the game, but also despite the referee.
Yeah. I was bitching a lot on that referee, by the way. I thought every 50-50 was going to Feyenoord. I thought he was really a classical example of what a home referee whistler is. Like, 50-50 always goes to Feyenoord. I thought Ajax was getting yellow cards very quickly and Feyenoord wasn't getting any. So, but yeah, we're Ajax. We're above that. We shouldn't be complaining about the ref. I know that. So we continue on Ajax. But I think there are some positives today, and I want to focus on that because we've discussed the negatives a lot. So let's just come back. I saw some Taylor moments in which I was in the first half. Okay, he's growing, he has potential. His forward passing sometimes was so crisp. I was like, yes, this is the Taylor I want. Please give me more of this. So yeah, I think on the ball, this was his best game, one of his best games for Ajax so far. I do think off the ball he's still weak, but you could balance that out on a midfield with Alvarez, for instance, as a
Yeah.
CDM or
How
something
much
like
how
that.
much are we gonna miss Taylor in the final now?
I think a lot because he's the only one that gives us the forward passing and does well things. I mean, you could hope for that Berghuis can also bring it, but I don't know what's wrong. Berghuis was one in the first half of the seasons that was usually right on the level and giving everything, and now
Yeah, I feel like
he's not there.
Berghuis is becoming more like like certain moments in the match you see him. Like the goal of Klaassen, it all started with a forward pass of Berghuis, which went to Tadic, and he gave it to Bergwijn, who was in full
Yeah,
speed, and then it eventually ended up with Klaassen in the rebound. But this is typical Berghuis. He has like one, two, maybe three moments in the game that he creates something very nice, going
yeah,
forward.
yeah.
But then throughout the match, you don't see him anymore, and that's a
Much
shame.
of him, no.
Do you think it's his position? Do you think he's not really a typical midfielder? Should we rethink his position, or maybe think of, maybe now that Kudus also is injured, probably think about Berghuis moving back to the right wing position? What do you feel about that?
Actually, I would just keep continuing playing Conceição. I like his development. And he's a real winger. I think our game is really a lot of players coming in the ball, and we
Yeah.
need more players that really go in the deep off the ball. So players like uh, Berghuis and players like Taylor can really deliver those balls. But everybody wants, it seems, the ball in their feet the whole time, and um, it's important for you to make those runs to create space for others.
Yeah,
So you see that a lot with Feyenoord. You see that less with Ajax.
yeah,
I thought Feyenoord is much more dynamic than us. It's always movement, passing, and with us, it's getting the ball in the feet, looking around, passing. So there's a whole level I want them to start playing at. But I mean, even today, Juan, you see passes, just simple passes, not working out.
yeah.
So
Yeah, our
and you
build-up
have to
play,
execute.
yeah, our build-up play remains a big struggle this season. I don't think either it's going to very much change. So I think also if you look at Heitinga, he's trying to find solutions, with the Taylor option going deep and trying to help with the build-up. So he's seeing it as well, and we don't have many other options, to be honest. I mean, we all thought that Grealish would be one of
Yeah.
the solutions, but he's not getting a lot of minutes either. Look, you said you wanted to focus on the positives. You mentioned Taylor. Are there any other
Yeah.
positives you want to highlight?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought Kudus had a good. He didn't get a lot of the ball in the first half, but I thought off the ball work, his pressing, getting in between passes and moving forward. I thought that was really good. You do see the quality. I do expect more from Kudus. I think with his ability, he should be carrying the team a little bit, but also, he's not getting a lot of balls from the back, and that's the same goes for Broby. I think we're so critical on Broby, but if you think about it, how many good crosses or balls he gets in the box, it's actually you can count it on one hand, let's say.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's hard for strikers at the moment at Ajax because we're not getting the ball where we want to, and when somebody gets on the ball, it's not the guy you want to be on the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, a lot to do this transfer window. But look, I'm happy with the win, even though we don't create much from open play. I'm happy that we showed fighting spirit and we got the win, and we got our first big win this season against a big club. So let's hope this gives the boys confidence going forward. Losing Kudus can't be easy. I don't know what's going to happen with Klaassen if he's able to play the next game, but I thought he was also playing a decent game today. Scores the second goal for us in actually not even a chance. So he just fought for it, came in front of that ball, and just hoped for it. And yeah, happy with that second goal and he made that. But there's so much still on this team that I think we should just lower our expectations. Just expect that this is the way we're gonna play till the end of the season. And I'm not expecting miracles, but I think every game will be a struggle, and this is the intensity they have to show to
Secure in second
get
place.
those wins.
To
Yeah, to
secure
get
this-
those wins. No matter the opponent, I think. No matter if they're Cambuur or PSV, this is the way you should fight for it every time, because based on just our technique, talent, passing, and the old school Ajax, that's quality is far from where we at, and that's not gonna happen. Um, and then the last one, my man of the match, that I want to highlight. But before I do that, I want to also special mention to Ruli. I thought he had some good saves this match because, let's be honest, we win. But I thought Feyenoord had the most dangerous chances, and he
in
kept
first
us in the
half.
game.
In first half.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But even in the, we got the red card with Taylor. So even in the last moments, we were under heavy pressure. So good job that they got the win. And yeah, then my man of the match, Alvarez. No matter where you put this Mexican,
Yeah, you already said it. You want to? It's so important. You have to mention him twice.
Yeah, man. CB, CDM doesn't matter. He's one of your most consistent, best fighting spirit player in the team. This is the guy that everybody said in the beginning he's not an Ajax player. He cannot do anything on the ball, and now he's doing the build-up.
Yeah.
That
But
for me, man.
Quickly, PapiMento on this. Most fans will say if Alvarez is your best player, that says enough about the team.
He's the most consistent player, and usually in every match he carries the fight. And actually on the CB role and on the CDM role, Actually, when he went to CDM, Juan, you saw that the easy passes from the back from Feyenoord weren't getting as easy to our
True.
back line anymore.
True.
So I
I
like him more on the CDM, but even as a CB, man, he does his work. It's confusing for a player to play both positions, and he does that, and he stays still at a high level for me. And a lot of players at Ajax can learn from his work ethic. So that's why he's my man of the match today. He's been carrying us for a while, even though the whole team plays bad. Edson Alvarez always head high and tries to pull us through. So that's why I'm going to end with that. I love you, Alvarez. Thank you for everything, and keep it going till the end of the season, please.